Before this video gets started, if you're interested in signing up to be an Uber or Lyft driver, if you've been thinking about it and you've been, on the fence and maybe you want to jump that fence and start making some good money and you want to get a sign-on bonus, use the link in the description below to sign up. Even if you forgot to use a referral code when you did sign up, there's instructions down below to apply a referral bonus to your account. So, even if you signed up and you've been driving for a while and you're like, oh, I never did get that bonus. Well, now you can get it. There's a way. So, yeah, use it. Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to the Rideshare Hub. My name is Dylan. Thank you so much for coming by. So today's video, this is a warning type video. Have you seen those little flashes when you download, maybe you're surfing maybe like a little naughty corner of the internet and you get warning, warning, warning. Well, this is one of those videos. Warning, warning, warning. This is, I would honestly say this is for new Uber drivers and Lyft drivers, but also for every driver, because I've made this mistake. I've seen probably 90% of drivers make this mistake, and when I take Uber and Lyft as a passenger, like when I'm going out or when I'm trying to go somewhere like the gym where there's no parking, I usually take an Uber there because I do live in a city and the parking is pretty much the same as if I just ordered an Uber. So usually I do just take an Uber. And most of my drivers do make this mistake. So I wanted to basically, I guess, throw out a warning for current Uber drivers and Lyft drivers, and then also if you're, doing your research, thinking about driving, then this is also something to keep in mind so you don't make this mistake, because this could be very costly and dangerous as well for your passengers, and you don't want to get deactivated. So this is a news article I'm going on. This has been going on in Miami. There is Channel 7 News Miami actually shared this article, is that they're now police drivers are pulling over Uber drivers who stop on busy streets. So I personally live in a city, and when you're driving for Uber and Lyft, like, you think, oh, I'll just hop out really quick. But sometimes your passengers don't hop out really quick. Sometimes you have a group of people, and when you're just sitting in the middle of the road, you turn your hazards on, traffic can build up for like miles or for a few blocks just because of, a couple people stopping, and then, traffic, the red light, then it's just like so on and so forth. So the best way to do this is to pull over in a safe area. So you want to, say there's like a row of cars, you just want to, even if the person's place is like here, you want to go to the end of that block where there's a safe place to pull over really quick. Because first of all, it's illegal. Police officers are actually giving tickets for you, for Uber and Lyft drivers, stopping in the middle of the road. And if you get enough of those tickets, you can get deactivated, because Uber and Lyft, now they're doing ongoing background checks. So they look at your driving record, and if they see a bunch of those tickets, you can get deactivated. And nobody likes paying tickets. They're crazy expensive, but I mean, they're put in place for a reason. If you're in the middle of the road and, I don't know, an ambulance needs to get by, they're not going to be able to get by. Or if, you're just blocking up traffic, you're like an obstruction of traffic. And then also, it's dangerous for your passenger if they're getting out in the middle of the road. I've had a driver before who I was going to the gym, and my gym is on a very busy road. It's probably 4 lanes of traffic, and it's a one-way. And my driver pulled over on the left side, on the left lane, stopped, put his hazards on, and was like, all right, get out. And I was like, thinking to myself, because I'm on the right side, and I'm seriously thinking to myself, am I really just gonna step out into the middle of traffic right now? And I mean, that's what I did. I got out and I almost got hit by another car zooming by. When I got out, there was no one, and then, I had to get out, grab my gym bag, and then as I'm shutting the door, zoom, a car swings by. So you don't want you don't want to put your passengers into that danger. Pull over in a safe area. You're gonna save, like, it's gonna be way less stressful, because for me that day, I was really stressed out when I got out. You know, I had a fine ride to the gym, and then the first like 10-15 minutes of my exercise, I was like, wow, I literally almost got hit by a car. So you don't want your passengers to feel stressed out like I did when my driver did. And then the other day, actually, I was taking a, parking is horrible here. So usually when I go out, like even to like the grocery store and stuff, I'll just order an Uber because it's only like $5. But I was going to a cafe, I remember, and I was gonna be there for a while, and parking there is like $2 or $3 an hour, so cheaper just to Uber there, right? When you live in a city, Uber is like literally the best option. It's much better than having a car and having to drive somewhere as the passenger. So I was going to a cafe, and the cafe is like in the middle of the block. And as we're driving, I told my driver, I was like, oh yeah, it's right here. And she goes, okay, let me just pull over in a safe area. And she drove down like the entire block, which for me, I mean, I'm thinking in my head, why is she driving so far? Like, it's just right there. And it's like a, what, 30-minute walk for me, because the block was pretty long. But then as she dropped off, and I was like, she's like, oh, I'm gonna drop. I was like, oh, are you gonna go to like, I was like, oh, where are you going? And she's like, oh, I'm just gonna go to the corner where it's safer for you. And in my head, I was like, that was actually the first time that someone's ever done that, like dropped me off at a safe location or went out of their way. And I was like, wow, I actually feel a lot safer and a lot more comfortable that she went out of her way to park in a good area. So make sure you do that and tell your passengers, like, hey, I can't drop you off in a, in the middle of the road. Let me pull over really quickly. And trust me, it's gonna save you a lot of stress and also a lot of tickets. So as we can see here, traffic stop. Miami police cracking down on Uber and Lyft drivers. Ride sharing can be really convenient for the passengers, but not for other drivers, because one thing Uber and Lyft drivers are doing is adding to the congestion on already clogged South Florida roadways. This just applies in general, but Florida did a piece on this. If you frequent any of the busiest parts of South Florida, and let me know, where are you guys from? Is this a problem for you? Are any of you guys in South Florida or Florida at all? And have you seen this issue? Yeah. This is actually one of the worst things for traffic here in Miami, and that could be said about literally any city. Near Brickwell, an Uber driver just sits on the road. We saw the same thing happen on Miami Beach. Flashes on and the Uber stopped. It creates the traffic, so I definitely have to drive around it very often. Yeah, and one of the biggest problems is that when you stop, like, most drivers don't have the patience to sit and wait, so they're actually pulling around you. And that's illegal for them. And if they get into an accident, they're gonna, the policeman is gonna, they're gonna also issue you a ticket. So like, anytime you're stopped and people are driving around you, and especially if like it's only a 1-lane road, if that person gets into an accident, you're like, it's not, I guess it is technically it's not your fault from the accident. Like, you won't have to pay for the damage or anything, but like, you'll still get a ticket. Does that make sense? So like, it's not technically your fault that the guy got into the accident, because he should have waited behind you. But if a police officer shows up and sees you in the middle of the road, they're gonna issue, and then they ask the guy, oh, what were you doing? And he's like, oh, that guy was in the middle of the road, I had to get around. You're gonna get a ticket as well. So yeah, that's another good point that I forgot to bring up that this article did for me. It creates the traffic, so I definitely have to drive around it. Uber and Lyft drivers can be blocking blah, blah, blah. I don't appreciate how they just get out and hop out or hop in and take no advantage account for people around them. Here we go. Ding, ding, ding. Commander Dan Kerr. If you know who that is, shout out to Dan if you're watching this. Thank you for doing this piece with 7 News Miami. If a car stops on 2nd Avenue in Wynwood, it can back it up for about a block and a half. Do you know why the police stopped you today? This is an actual conversation. The driver said no. And he said, okay, you dropped the passenger off in the roadway. It happened again and again. And before long, Wynwood's main drag was backed up. Commander Dan Kerr talking to the driver. The bigger reason is the safety issue. You got kids getting out, and sometimes they get out on your side. You've probably seen it where they just pop out, and when I have a cross lane of traffic coming, I worry about somebody getting hit. Even if passengers want to get on the main roads, police said the driver should refuse and pull onto the side street. There you go. We also communicate with our driver partners, asking them to follow these rules. Oh, this is what Javi Corroseo from Uber said. Yeah, most drivers don't. They just do the quick thing. This guy looks like this is the guy who said that. I don't know who that is. That looks like a Uber video. But yeah, maybe, is that him? I don't know if that's him. I think this is him. Oh no, this is, yeah, that's him. So yeah, guys, I think it could potentially work in South Florida. The number one thing is working with cities to understand the data or data? Do you guys say data or data? Specifically where riders are requesting to be dropped off so that space can be repurposed. Commander Dan Kurz, talking to the Uber driver, said, do you know you are not supposed to stop when you drop them off in the street? $179 ticket for obstructing traffic. So yeah, guys, that's a $179 mistake that you do not want to make. I think Officer Dan Kerr was in the right. This is more like an example, a leading example, because like the guy from Uber said, he's like, oh, we communicate, but like, do they really? It's just in the app and like under safety tips. Like, I mean, I don't read those. Maybe I read them when I first got started. I just skimmed over them, but like, it's not like I'm checking those every day, and it's not like Uber's like sending me out emails on like where to pull over. It's just like, it's something you should do, but then you just do it anyway because it's like, you're trying to save time. But now especially, make sure, because Uber, because traffic is getting so crazy, policemen are issuing tickets for this. So anyways, guys, I'm just sipping my coffee here, even though it's 7 p.m. I literally just had breakfast at 6:30 p.m. Is that weird? I don't know. That was the first thing I ate today. I'm on a weird schedule. Anyways, guys, make sure you give a huge thumbs up on this video if you did enjoy it, and let me know down below, have you ever gotten a speeding ticket as a driver? And what do you guys think about this? Should Uber drivers be allowed to stop in the middle of the road? Should they have that extra special privilege? I don't think so, but maybe you do. Let me know your thoughts down below. Make sure to subscribe so you never miss another video on Uber and Lyft. I'm about to go to the gym, that's why I'm in a tank top. I will see you all later. Bye, guys. Peace.